Imagine this for a moment. You wake up in the morning, you say, "Good morning." You ask, "How are you?" You smile. These small sentences are simple, but they are powerful. This is where everyday English begins. When we talk about learning English fast, many people think about grammar books, long rules, and difficult words. But real English is not like that. Real English lives in daily life. It lives in short conversation. It lives in simple sentences that people use again and again every day. English is the English you hear when someone says, "How was your day?" It is the English you use when you say, "I'm a little tired today." It is the English you need when you ask, "Can you help me?" These sentences are not difficult, but they help you connect with people. When beginners try to learn English, they often start with big, complicated sentences. This can feel stressful. It can make you feel nervous. But everyday English is different. Everyday English is friendly. It feels natural. It feels human. Think about how children learn a language. They do not start with grammar rules. They start with daily words. They hear the same sentences every day. Slowly, those sentences become familiar. Then they become easy. This is how everyday English works. In everyday conversations, people do not speak perfectly. They speak simply. They speak clearly. They repeat ideas. They use the same patterns again and again. When you learn these patterns, English starts to feel comfortable. For example, think about greetings. "Hi," "Hello," "How are you?" "I'm good, thank you." These are small sentences, but they are used everywhere. When you master these, you feel more confident. You feel ready to speak. Now think about daily activities. "I'm gonna work," "I'm having lunch," "I'm watching TV." These sentences describe real life. When you learn them, English becomes part of your day, not just something in a book. Everyday English also helps you understand others better. When someone speaks to you, they often use simple words. If you know everyday English, you do not panic. You listen calmly. You understand the meaning. You respond naturally. Many learners say, "I understand English, but I cannot speak." This happens because they learn English in a difficult way. They learn rules, but not real conversation. Everyday English changes this. It teaches you how to respond quickly and easily. When you practice everyday English, you are not trying to be perfect. You are trying to be clear. You are trying to be understood. This removes fear. This builds confidence. Think about common situations. At a shop, "How much is this?" At work, "I'll do it today." With friends, "Let's meet later." These sentences help you live in English. Everyday English also helps your pronunciation. When you repeat simple sentences, your mouth relaxes, your tongue learns the sounds, your rhythm becomes natural. This is very important for fluency. You do not need hundreds of words. You need the right words. Words that people use every day. Words that help you express yourself. Learning everyday English is like building a strong foundation. When the foundation is strong, everything else becomes easier. New words, new sentences, new conversations all feel possible. So as you listen to this podcast, remember this idea. English is not about being perfect. English is about connection. English is about daily life. When you master everyday English, you stop feeling like a student. You start feeling like a speaker. And when English becomes part of your daily life, fluency is no longer a dream. It becomes a natural result of simple, everyday practice. Now, let us move gently into the second key idea. This is where many learners feel a real change begin, speaking fluently through slow listening and shadowing. At first, English can sound very fast. Words seem to run into each other. Sentences feel long and confusing. You may think, I know these words, but I cannot catch them. This feeling is very common, and it is not your fault. Natural English is fast, but learning English should be slow. Slow listening gives your brain time to hear each sound, time to notice stress and rhythm, time to understand how sentences are connected. When you listen to slow English, you are not rushing. You are allowing your mind to relax. A relaxed mind learns better. Now let us talk about shadowing. Shadowing is a simple but powerful technique. You listen, you repeat, you speak at the same time or just after the speaker. You do not stop the audio too much. You do not think too much. You simply follow the voice. At first, shadowing feels strange. Your mouth feels slow. Your tongue feels heavy. That is okay. Your mouth is learning new movements. Your ears are learning new sounds. This takes time. When you shadow, you are not just learning words. You are learning how English flows. You are learning where to pause. You are learning which words are strong and which are soft. This is how fluent speakers speak, not word by word, but in smooth groups of sound. Slow listening helps you hear clearly. Shadowing helps you speak naturally. Together, they create fluency. Many learners make one mistake. They only listen. They understand, but they stay silent. Others only speak. They speak, but with stress and fear. Shadowing combines listening and speaking. This balance is very important. When you shadow every day, something changes. Your mouth starts moving. Without fear, your voice becomes steady. Your confidence grows quietly. You do not need to understand every word. You only need to follow the sound. Think about music. You do not understand every note, but you can sing along. English is the same. Slow podcasts are perfect for this. The speaker talks clearly. The speed is gentle. The sentences are simple. You can repeat easily. You can breathe easily. When you shadow, do not worry about mistakes. Mistakes are part of learning. Fluency does not come from being perfect. It comes from being consistent. Even 5 or 10 minutes a day is powerful. Short practice is better than long, tired study. Try this simple routine. Listen once, listen again, and shadow. Listen again and speak a little louder. That is all. Over time, English starts to feel familiar. You stop translating in your head. You stop searching for words. Your brain begins to think in English sounds, not rules. This is a very important moment. Many learners say, one day, English just came out. This is not magic. This is practice. Slow listening trains your ears. Shadowing trains your voice. Together, they train your confidence. Do not rush your journey. Fluency grows slowly, like a plant. With daily care, it becomes strong. So, when you listen to this podcast, do not be passive. Do not just listen. Listen, repeat, follow. Let the English voice guide your voice. And one day, you will notice something beautiful. You are no longer copying English. You are speaking it. Now let us talk about something very important, something that stops many people from speaking English: fear. This key point is about building confidence, speaking without pressure, speaking without fear of grammar mistakes. Many beginners believe one idea: I must learn grammar first. I must speak perfectly. I must not make mistakes. This belief creates stress, and stress blocks speaking. Think about how children learn language. They do not study grammar books. They listen, they repeat, they try, they make mistakes, and slowly they speak naturally. Adults forget this process. They become afraid of mistakes. They become silent, but silence does not build fluency. Confidence grows when you allow yourself to speak imperfectly. Grammar is useful, but grammar should support speaking, not stop it. When you focus too much on rules, your brain becomes slow. You think before every word. You stop in the middle of sentences. Your voice becomes weak. But when you focus on meaning, your speech flows. In real conversations, people do not hear your grammar, they hear your message, they hear your confidence. English is powerful English. You do not need long sentences. You do not need difficult words. I want help. I am learning English. I don't understand. Please speak slowly. These sentences are simple, but they work. Confidence grows when you use English for real reasons. To ask, to explain, to connect. Slow podcasts help here too. They show you natural correct sentences. You hear grammar without studying it. Your brain learns patterns naturally. This is called natural learning. You hear, I am going to, again and again. You start using it without thinking. You hear, I usually, I like to, I want to. These patterns become part of you. No stress, no memorization. When you repeat sentences through shadowing, you are training confidence. You are telling your brain, I can speak. At first, your voice may be quiet. That is okay. Speak softly if you want, but speaking softly is better than not speaking at all. Every time you speak, you break fear. Every sentence makes you stronger. Mistakes are not enemies. Mistakes are teachers. If you wait to be perfect, you will wait forever. Fluent speakers were not perfect at the beginning. They spoke, they listened, they improved. Confidence does not come from knowing everything. It comes from using what you know. Even small English is enough. Say one sentence today, 2 sentences tomorrow. Your confidence will grow step by step. This podcast is a safe place. No one is judging you. No one is correcting you. You are free to speak. Use this time to relax. Breathe. Listen. Repeat. Let your voice become familiar with English sounds. Do not ask, is this correct? Ask, can I communicate? Communication is the goal. When you communicate, you win over time. Grammar improves naturally because your brain learns from repetition. Confidence comes first. Accuracy comes later. So remove the pressure. Remove the fear. Speak with courage. Speak with calm. English is not a test. English is a tool. Use it. And remember this simple truth: you are allowed to make mistakes. You are allowed to speak slowly. You are allowed to learn. Confidence is not loud. Confidence is calm. And calm English is fluent English. Now let us talk about the most powerful secret in learning English: consistency. This key point is about creating a daily English habit. A small habit, a simple habit, a habit you can keep. Many learners study English in a hard way. They study for many hours one day, then they stop for many days. This does not work. Language is not learned in big jumps. Language is learned in small steps. 10 minutes every day is better than 2 hours once a week. Your brain loves repetition. Your brain loves routine. When you listen to English daily, your brain stays connected to the language, even if you feel tired, even if you feel busy, even if you feel slow. A short daily practice keeps English alive in your mind. This podcast is made for daily use. You do not need a notebook. You do not need to write. Just listen, just repeat, just speak. Make English part of your daily life. You can listen in the morning, while walking, while resting, before sleeping. Choose one time. The same time every day. This tells your brain, English time. At first, progress feels slow. You may feel nothing is changing, but inside your brain, something is happening. Connections are forming. Sounds becoming familiar. Words are becoming easier. One day, you will speak a sentence without thinking. That moment comes from daily practice. Do not look for fast results. Look for long-term growth. Fluency is built quietly. Many learners quit because they expect magic. But language learning is not magic, it is habit. When English becomes a habit, fluency becomes natural. Shadowing helps build this habit. You do not need to create sentences, you copy. Copying removes pressure. Copying builds confidence. Repeat the same audio many times. Yes, the same audio. This is not boring. This is training. Athletes repeat the same movements. Musicians repeat the same notes. Language learners repeat the same sentences. Repetition creates strength. Some days you will feel motivated. Some days you will feel lazy. On lazy days, do something small, 1 sentence, 2 sentences. Do not break the habit. A small action keeps the chain alive. Even listen without speaking is okay sometimes. You are still learning, but speak when you can. Your mouth needs practice too. Slow English helps maintain the habit. Fast English can feel heavy. Slow English feels friendly. It invites you to stay. This is why slow podcasts are powerful. They do not rush you. They do not scare you. They walk with you. When you practice daily, English stops feeling foreign. It becomes familiar. It becomes comfortable. Your fear reduces. Your confidence grows. And one day, English becomes part of your thinking, not because you studied hard, but because you showed up every day. Do not compare yourself with others. Compare yourself with yesterday. Today you understand more. Today you speak a little better. That is success. Make a promise to yourself. Not a big promise, a simple one. I will practice English every day, even 5 minutes. Keep it easy. Keep it slow. Keep it daily. This is how beginners become fluent speakers. Not fast, not perfect, but consistent. And consistency always wins. Now take a deep breath, relax, and continue listening. Your English journey is already working. This key point is about confidence. Quiet confidence, natural confidence, confidence that grows slowly. Many beginners think confidence comes after fluency. But this is not true. Confidence comes before fluency. You do not wait to feel confident. You practice until confidence grows. At the beginning, speaking English feels uncomfortable. Your voice feels strange. Your accent feels wrong. Your mind feels slow. This is normal. Every learner feels this way. Confidence is not the absence of mistakes. Confidence is the courage to speak with mistakes. When you speak slowly, you give yourself permission. Permission to pause, permission to breathe, permission to think. Slow English builds confidence because it removes pressure. You are not racing. You are not competing. You are learning. Shadowing helps confidence in a special way. You are not alone. You are speaking with someone. The voice in the podcast becomes your partner. You follow, you repeat, you match the rhythm. This feels safe. Safety creates confidence. When you shadow, you do not worry about grammar. You do not worry about choosing words. You trust the sentence. This trust slowly transfers to your own speech. One day, you say a sentence alone, and it feels okay. That moment is important. Confidence grows from small wins, one correct sentence, one clear word, one moment of understanding. Do not ignore these moments. Celebrate them quietly. Say to yourself, "Yes, I am improving." Confidence also comes from hearing yourself speak. Many learners avoid their own voice. They feel shy. They feel embarrassed, but your voice is your tool. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. Speak even when your voice shakes. Speak even when your pronunciation is not perfect. Perfection is not the goal. Communication is the goal. People understand imperfect English every day. You do not need to sound native. You need to sound clear. Slow practice makes clarity possible. Another part of confidence is mindset. Do not say, "My English is bad." Say, "My English is growing." Language is not a fixed skill. It is a living skill. It changes with use. Every time you speak, you improve. Even mistakes help you learn. Mistakes are teachers. Do not fight them. Learn from them. When you stop fearing mistakes, confidence appears. Confidence is calm, not loud, not aggressive, just calm. You speak without panic. You listen without fear. The podcast style is designed for that calm confidence. No rush, no stress, just steady practice. Some days you will feel confident. Some days you will not. Both days are okay. Confidence is not permanent. It comes and goes. What stays is habit, and habit brings confidence back again. Speak English in small moments. Talk to yourself. Describe your day. I am making tea. I am working now. I feel tired. Simple sentences build strong confidence. Do not wait for perfect situations. Use real life. Real life English builds real confidence. Listening also helps confidence. When you understand more, fear reduces. Your brain says, "I know this." Understanding creates comfort. Comfort creates confidence. Over time, English stops feeling like a test. It feels like a tool you can use. That is true confidence, not showing off, not impressing others. Just using English naturally. Remember, confidence is a skill, and skills are trained. You are training it right now. Every sentence you repeat is progress. Every minute you listen is progress. Trust the process. Speak slowly. Speak softly. Speak regularly. Confidence will follow. You are not late. You are not weak. You are learning, and learning is powerful. Now relax, keep listening, keep speaking. Your confidence is already growing.